Hello and welcome to another episode of Current Affairs MCQ. Let's look at previous day's question. With reference to Atal Pension Yojana, consider the following statements. 1. The scheme was launched in 2015 and is available to all Indian citizens between the ages of 18 and 40. 2. It is administered by the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority under the National Pension System architecture. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B. To tackle the dual challenges of longevity risks and inadequate retirement security among India's large unorganized workforce, the Government of India introduced the Atal Pension Yojana on 9th May 2015 with its implementation starting on 1st June 2015. The scheme targets workers in the unorganized sectors who frequently lack formal pension coverage. Initially, it was available to all Indian citizens between the ages of 18 and 40. However, from 1st October 2022, individuals who pay income tax are no longer eligible to join the scheme. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The APY is administered by the Pension Fund Regulatory and Development Authority. It is managed under the institutional architecture of the National Pension System. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Now, let us look at the first question. Which of the following countries shares a land border with the Republic of Croatia? 1. Austria, 2. Serbia, 3. Romania, 4. Slovenia, 5. Bosnia. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A. 1, 2, 3 and 4 only. B. 1, 2 and 4 only. C. 2, 4 and 5 only. D. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. The correct answer is option C. Croatia or the Republic of Croatia lies at the junction of Central and Southeast Europe along the Adriatic Sea. It shares land borders with Slovenia, Hungary, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro and a maritime boundary with Italy. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 2. Consider the following statements related to zonal councils. 1. They are constitutional bodies established to foster cooperative working among states. 2. The Prime Minister is the chairman of the council. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D. Zonal councils are statutory bodies and not constitutional, established under the States Reorganization Act 1956 as a high-level advisory forum to foster cooperative working among states and to create a healthy interstate and center-state environment. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The idea of zonal councils was first proposed by former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru in 1956 during debates on the State Reorganization Commission's Fazal Ali Commission 1953 report. Union Home Minister acts as a chairman for Zonal Council. He is also the ex officio chairman of the Northeastern Council. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Chief Minister of one of the member states by annual rotation. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Question 3. The government has recently launched the Navya portal. What are its objectives? A. To offer free online education to all students in rural areas. 2. To provide vocational training to adolescent girls in non-traditional job roles. C. To offer financial support to startups in the technology sector. D. To create a digital platform for women's health and wellness programs. The correct answer is option B. The Government of India launched the Navya or Nurturing Aspirations through Vocational Training for Young Adolescent Girls initiative to provide vocational training to adolescent girls aged 16 to 18 years with at least a class 10th qualification, particularly in non-traditional job roles. This joint pilot project launched by the Ministry of Women and Child Development and the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship covers 27 districts across 19 states, including aspirational districts and those in the northeastern region. The program draws from existing schemes like the Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana and PM Vishwakarma Yojana, fostering inter-ministerial collaboration. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 4. Consider the following statements regarding organ transplantation in India. 1. Transplantation of Human Organs and Tissues Act 1994, amended in 2011, regulates organ and tissue transplantation in India. 2. The National Organ Transplant Program aims to promote organ donation and transplantation and has established state organ and tissue transplant organizations to strengthen regional networks. 3. India ranks third in the world, following the USA and China in terms of the total number of organ transplants done annually. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? A. Only 1, B. Only 2, C. All 3, D. None. The correct answer is option C. Transplantation of Human Organs and Tissues Act 1994, amended in 2011, regulates organ and tissue transplantation in India, covering post-death donation, setting rules for healthcare providers, and prescribing penalties for violation. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The National Organ and Tissue Transplant Organization under the Ministry of Health was set up as per the Transplantation of Human Organs Act 2011. 5 regional organ and tissue transplant organizations and 14 state organ and tissue transplant organizations were established to strengthen the network at the regional and state levels. Hence, statement 2 is correct. India is the third country in the world after the USA and China in terms of the total number of transplants done in a year. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 5. Consider the following statements. 1. Operation Sindhu was launched by the Government of India to evacuate Indian citizens from conflict-affected regions of Iran and Israel. 2. Operation Ajay is an evacuation mission launched by India to facilitate the return of Indian citizens from Iran. Which of the above statements is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A. The Government of India launched Operation Sindhu in June 2025 to evacuate Indian citizens from conflict-affected regions of Iran and Israel amid escalating tensions with Israel. Hence, statement 1 is correct. India in 2023 launched Operation Ajay to facilitate the return of citizens from conflict-hit Israel. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 6. Which of the following have been found at the recent excavation of the Keezhadi site? 1. Tamil Brahmi inscriptions. 2. Terracotta seals with Sanskrit inscriptions. 3. Carnelian beads indicating trade. 4. Buddhist stupas. Select the correct answer using the code given below. A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. Only 3. D. All 4. The correct answer is option B. Keezhadi, a site near the Vaigai river in Tamil Nadu, has emerged as a major archaeological discovery indicating an advanced urban civilization dating back to the 8th to 5th century BCE. Key findings at Keezhadi include Tamil Brahmi inscriptions with carnelian beads pointing to early literacy and trade and suggesting urbanization in South India, possibly parallel to the Indus Valley civilization. There is no mention of Sanskrit inscriptions or Buddhist stupas in the Keezhadi findings so far. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 7. Consider the following statements. 1. Infrastructure investment trusts are regulated by the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India. 2. InvITs are recognized as borrowers under the Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest Act 2002. Which of the above statements is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. Both 1 and 2, D. Neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option B. InvITs are like mutual funds that pool money from investors to invest in an income-generating infrastructure asset, distributing part of the returns as dividends. InvITs are regulated by the Securities and Exchange Board of India, which sets regulations and rules governing the formation and operation of InvITs. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. InvITs are classified as borrowers under the Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest (SARFAESI) Act 2002, which allows enforcement of security assets and asset securitization in case of default. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Question 8. Consider the following statements regarding the QS World University Rankings 2026. 1. India is the fourth most represented country with 54 universities, ranked after the US, UK and China. 2. The average citations per faculty score for India is higher than that of Germany, the UK and the US. Which of the above statements is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, D. neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option C. According to the QS World University Rankings 2026, India is the fourth most represented country with 54 universities, ranked after the US, UK and mainland China. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The average citations per faculty score for India is 43.7, higher than that of Germany, the UK and the US. Hence, statement 2 is correct. QS is a London-based global higher education analyst best known for the trusted QS World University Rankings, which offer data-driven insights and assessments of the universities worldwide. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Question 9. With reference to India's trade scenario, consider the following statements. 1. The US is India's largest export destination for merchandise as of FY25. 2. India is among the top 5 largest exporters of refined petroleum products. Which of the above statements is or are correct? A. 1 only, B. 2 only, C. both 1 and 2, D. neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A. According to the Ministry of Commerce, the US is India's largest merchandise export destination, with shipments growing at 9.1% to USD 76.4 billion during FY25. Hence, statement 1 is correct. India is the 7th largest exporter of refined petroleum products after the US, Russia, Netherlands, Singapore, Saudi Arabia and South Korea, supported by major facilities like the Jamnagar refinery, one of the world's largest. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Question 10. Consider the following provisions related to the protection of tribal identities in India. 1. 5th Schedule. 2. Article 371. 3. Article 25. 4. Article 26. How many of the above provide constitutional safeguards for the distinct customs and religious practices of scheduled tribes? A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. Only 3. D. All 4. The correct answer is option D. Under Article 244, Clause 1 of the Constitution, the 5th Schedule applies to the administration of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes in all states except Assam, Meghalaya, Tripura and Mizoram. Its primary aim is to protect tribal rights over land, habitat and economy, preserve their customs and traditions, and promote socio-economic development. Article 371 provides special constitutional provisions for various states, mainly in the northeast, to protect tribal culture and ensure local autonomy. For example, Article 371 Clause A applies to Nagaland. Laws related to religion, customs, justice and land ownership apply only if approved by the State Assembly. Article 25 ensures the right to profess, practice and propagate one's faith. Article 26 guarantees the right to manage religious affairs. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Now, let us look at a practice question for today. With reference to Critical and Emerging Technologies Mission, consider the following information. We have mission and it is implemented under which ministry? 1. National Quantum Mission, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. 2. India Semiconductor Mission, Ministry of Science and Technology. 3. National Mission on Bioeconomy, Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. How many of the pairs given above are correctly matched? A. Only 1, B. Only 2, C. All 3, D. None. Please provide your answers in the comments section.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.